Good afternoon, Internet. Happy Friday. Let's talk about training youth hitters for competition. So, what are the attributes of a successful youth hitter in competition? Well, they're kids that hit the ball, and ideally, they hit the ball hard and they're pretty aggressive on the stuff that they can hit. So, where does that come from? Where does this competition savvy and this fearlessness come from? Well, generally, because we're talking about kids, it comes from confidence. And the difference between how we would approach this kind of with an older athlete and what we would do with a younger kid is with an older athlete, man, we just might you put you in short box at like 90-mile-an-hour heaters and trust that kind of this process of adaptation is going to help you perform better in competition because you have the emotional and mental maturity to navigate those waters. I don't want to do the same thing with a young kid. I can't take the sink or swim approach because the potential is that you might drown. Let's not do that. So how do we build up confidence, right? So we want to give kids a training atmosphere that's going to allow them to have some amount of confidence and then a plan for how we scale that up along the way. Make sure we're training in a way that we're actually building better baseball players, right? So being able to use some sort of data to track that stuff to know that they're getting better is good. Using an implement like hitting plyos, where a good swing on a hitting plyo is going to mean really, really flush contact, is a great idea to train with because we're getting better at the thing that matters most when we're hitting, which is moving the bat fast and being accurate with our barrel and turning that into hitting the ball hard. So we want to scale that stuff over time. So essentially, it's going to be a progression of like the easier stuff and progressively and progressively and progressively harder. But along the way, we want to make sure that we're maintaining our intention level and our output level. And then if we can kind of do that in training, then when it comes to competition, we're going to see like that kids show up in the box and they're going to be fearless and they're going to be aggressive on strikes because they know that they can do this stuff. So then the important thing is for the adults in the room to make sure that we send signals to these kids that if they have some swing and miss, when everything was right, when they're swinging at strikes, the intention level was high and they had a plan and they might swing and miss because they're kids and kids aren't small adults, that we don't send a signal that's contradictory to that, right? We want to send this signal of like, hey, look, man, if you keep doing that thing over time, it will work out for you. You can be free to be fearless in the box because I am not going to criminalize it if and when it goes wrong. And if we do that right, kids are going to have a ton of fun. They're going to hit a bunch of nukes. And as we know, having fun and hitting nukes is good.